These are the new GoPro handlebar, seat post mount, and large tube mount. These are the replacements for the old handlebar, seat post mount, and roll bar mount. And let me tell you, they are a massive upgrade. So instead of having two screws or two bolts that can pop out, these are now a clamp design. So you pop the screw back, fold it open, and then place it around whatever tube you want to place it on. Like before, they have interchangeable rubbers, so the handlebar mount can either be used with no rubber, a small rubber, or a very small size tube mount, which would make the mount small enough to mount on the end of something like a ski pole. And the large mount comes with a small diameter rubber installed, and then it can be removed to just be used with the small piece of rubber that's lining the mount itself. The mount itself is made out of fiber reinforced plastic instead of just the standard plastic that is making up the GoPro mount, so that's cool to see. It's going to be a very, very durable mount. Now, it's very easy to clamp, and it provides a lot of clamping force. So we're going to go ahead and throw it onto a little piece of PVC pipe. You just throw the mount in, back the screw off, screw it in, and tighten it up. Super fast to install, and a way more stable mount than the old handlebar mount. Now, there's a second cool feature. Instead of the camera just mounting directly onto this, it uses the buckle mount. The buckle mount set is included is a new style of the J buckle mount, which allows the camera to fold back up against the mount. The new J buckle mount that's included is one of those really cool ones with the rubber nose plug vibration reducer built right in. But the added benefit here is that the handlebar mount itself has a rotating base. So you click this lever at the back down, and you can then rotate the camera to whatever angle you want, and then just lock it in place. So it's got a bunch of different settings where the camera can get locked into place, and it locks in really tight. There is not much movement in the mount at all. So this is cool if you wanted to be able to shoot, say this is on your bike handlebars and you want to shoot going downhill facing forwards, and you just want to be able to very quickly spin it around and face it back to shoot yourself for a little bit. This is a cool way of being able to create two angles out of a single mount setup that you're able to shoot forwards and backwards without having to unmount. Just twist the camera around, and as soon as it's locked into place, it's not going anywhere. Also, with how fast this mount is to mount, it would be very easy to mount on multiple different places on your bike, and because you can change the angle of it without having to get out different extension bars, you're going to find your setup time is much faster. One of the problems with the handlebar mount was that if you wanted to mount it at any kind of angle, you needed to use multiple extension bars so you could get the pivot points in just the right orientation to get the angle you wanted if it wasn't either straightforward or 90 degrees to the handlebars. Even to switch between those two, you had to unbolt and add or remove an extension bar. So this is a much faster way of doing it, and I think will allow people to switch between different angles on their bike or on their whatever car they're using this with, or roll bars, or whatever they're mounting these on. These mounts will allow you to much faster switches between angles, and hopefully this will lead to much more interesting video footage that's got different angles in it. As we've seen, the interesting video edits out there using GoPro cameras have tons of different angles. These cameras are amazing because you can put them in all kinds of different places to get a wide angle lens, and they'll capture very interesting angles. But lots of the footage that's flooded onto YouTube is just a single static angle that someone puts up their video that's 10 minutes long of them mountain biking with a handlebar shot facing straight forwards. That's a boring video. You really want to incorporate lots and lots of angles into that shot, edit it down to 30 or 40 seconds, and really make it interesting. Show different angles, show different shots. And I think with mounts like this and the way GoPro is going forward with mounts that are faster to switch angles with, faster to change, faster to set up and take down, you're going to see a lot more interesting shots, because you could very easily pull onto the side of the trail for 30 seconds and switch this from a handlebar mount to a seat post mount, and then you wouldn't have to fiddle with your gear bag in order to get out different extension bars to make the angle just right. You could just throw it on and it'd be ready to go. So I was, as you can probably tell, super excited when I checked these out. These are going in my kit bag. I'm getting rid of my old handlebar mounts. These are awesome, and they make switching angles and setup time way, way better. So if you guys haven't seen them, you should check them out. They're not cheap, but they're really, really cool. And if you're looking at getting a handlebar mount and you were looking at the traditional handlebar mounts for your GoPro camera, or you were checking out the third-party ones that are over on Amazon, then maybe have a look at the GoPro, the new GoPro handlebar seat post mount, because it is a lot better. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you never want to miss any of my content, hit the bell symbol beside the subscribe button. That's down below. That bell will mean that you never miss any of my content and that my videos don't just disappear from your subscriber box. If you want to check out what happens between videos, follow me on Instagram, Kyle Martin Tech over there. But most of all, until next time, thank you very, very much for watching.